Okay guys, so we are here in Arizona Facial Plastics. I'm so excited because I'm getting Bellafill done today, which is something that I have wanted for such a long time. Violet's here if you hear her. You want to say hi?
Hi!
Bellafill is something that's pretty new and it's super exciting for people like me who have acne scarring or chickenpox scarring. Today I'm going to be fixing the last thing that's really been bothering me about my skin, which is my chickenpox scar, mainly my chickenpox scar. I've had this since I was, I think, 9 years old. With the treatments that I've had done here throughout the year, it's definitely lessened and it's become less obvious, but it's still there. And so we're taking it a step further today and we're going to be using Bellafill, which is a collagen filler that lasts up to 5 years. FDA approved for 5 years, but it can last even longer. You can use this for all sorts of places on your skin. You can use it for fine lines. You can use it in the nasolabial folds. I'm using it to fill in my acne scarring and my chickenpox scar. I'm super excited about this because while it does fill in your scarring, it also will help to keep it filled in over time, even after the filler leaves. This is really exciting, especially for me, because I've done so much research into fixing acne scarring. I've done research into the microneedling, into chemical peels, and all the things that need to be done to break up that scar tissue. And so my scar tissue is broken up now, so now it's just a matter of volume. So this is something that I'm really excited. I'm a little bit nervous because it is different than, you know, normal filler and all of that. We're also, speaking of filler, we're also today getting a syringe of Juvederm Velour XC just in the nasolabial folds. That's the other thing. So the chickenpox scar and the acne scar drives me crazy, but there's this line. It's on this side, right? That one? It's this side. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It drives me crazy, and I know it's me being like it's not a big deal, but it's something that I noticed. When I wear makeup, it's really noticeable, and it's something that kind of bothers me because when I'm trying out makeup, if it's constantly going into this area, it drives me crazy. When it comes to lines like this, skincare is not enough. Skincare can't penetrate deep enough to fill in that wrinkle, so to speak, that line. So really excited to be getting this. I want everything to look as natural as possible. I'm not looking to look filled up. I'm not looking to have that kind of filler look. I want it to look super natural. Not super natural. I want it to look very natural. Just like my lips, how you can't really tell that there's lip filler, I don't want you to be able to tell that there's filler anywhere else. So I'm excited to share. Let's get it going. So I've been numbed my cheeks, right around my nasolabial folds, and then they said if there's any more of the velour, they'll put a little bit in my top lip just to use the rest of the syringe. I was like, why not? So right now, getting numbed, accidentally licked my lips, so my tongue is also numb, which is, if you've ever been to a dentist, not the greatest thing. So now it's just a waiting game. Lighting really probably shows you nicely where all of those holes are. Yeah. So I just wanted to quickly show you with a voiceover everything that's happening here. You can see him kind of move the needle. That's to break up any scar tissue holding down my skin, and then he will inject the Bellafill filler. This really didn't hurt very much. You can see my reaction is pretty much just squinting my eyes is basically as much as I got. And the actual Bellafill did not hurt as much as the filler around my nasolabial folds. I feel like that is what hurt a lot more. So this part really wasn't too bad. He put a lot into the scarring right on the sides of my cheeks, which was great because there was a lot of acne scarring there. But overall, I think he only really used half of the entire syringe, which is really awesome. So I hope you guys aren't squeamish. Like you can see, it's really not nearly as big of a deal as it might look. This is the one that hurt the most, and you can see me squinting here. And even though that hurt more, it still was really totally tolerable. I mean, just little squinting going on, so nothing too crazy. And then he did put some of it into the sides of my lips. Once all of the filler was in, he massaged it into place to make sure that there were no bumps and it was very even. And then this is what it looked like right out of the procedure. I guess that's what you would call it. This is the downstairs bathroom, and I feel like it's just become the go-to check-in on my progress of my skincare treatment bathroom. It's currently, I think, 11 o'clock at night. Got the fillers in at 4:30, I'm thinking. My bun is just leaning to the right a little bit today. I'm like slowly turning into Marge Simpson / a pineapple. I'm honestly just seeing how high I can get it because look, this is pretty impressive one. I think there's like one, there might be two, I think there's one. There's one bobby pin in there, and that's just to hold down these like the ends. That's not why we're doing this video. I can't tell if I'm numb still. I think I'm a little bit numb up here, but I didn't get anything in up there, so I don't know. So I'm a little bit swollen. I can definitely tell I'm swollen on my cheeks. They put a lot of the Bellafill right up here. I knew they would because I had a good amount of acne scarring going on up there. But what's interesting to me is this color, this bruising that's showing up. There's Bellafill, honestly, on all sides of my face. I have the Juvederm filler in this marionette lines, in the nasolabial folds, and there's no bruising anywhere else but right here. And the reason this is interesting to me is because this is an area that I already had bruising. I don't know, I had discoloration here, and I have for a really long time. You probably have noticed it in some of my videos because I'll try and do contouring and I'll do it and it'll look really patchy when it's not because of this like discoloration right here. So I'm hoping, like praying, that this is just bruising. We'll see in a couple of days, but it's just really interesting to me because it is the same place that this discoloration has been for a really long time, and it's drove me nuts because I don't know why it's there. Not really in a lot of pain. I was told that once the lidocaine wore off that my face would hurt a lot, to keep icing it, all of that. They gave me an ice pack. When I left, it didn't stay cold very long because it wasn't an actual ice pack. It was one of those crushed ones that gets cold. That's like, it stays at room temperature and you crush it and then it gets cold. The only things that really hurt right now, the Bellafill does not at all because it's in my cheeks where there's not a lot of movement. What hurts is when I smile or like if I laugh, it hurts because it is moving, you know, my mouth. So it's moving this area around my mouth that has all of the filler in it. So that's not unexpected. I did take ibuprofen when I got home, so that also could have something to do with it now that I think about it. Oh, see, like I laugh and it's like it has to be like this because if it goes out, it hurts. Oh, it's like once I move it like this, if I start laughing like this, it like this starts to hurt. This doesn't. Hi, Yuna. Anyways, just wanted to fill you guys in because I know my last video about filler was my lip injections, where at this point in time I was horrifically upset because they were so swollen. It was horrifying. The only thing right now that's hard for me to process, or I'm trying to remember, if you look right here, so here's where my chickenpox scar is, right? And obviously you can still see where it is. The same thing with, I mean, we did filler all in right here, but the chickenpox scar was the main reason that we were doing Bellafill. Obviously filling in all the other acne scarring was something that was a huge benefit, but this was the main reason, and you obviously can still see it. What I'm trying to keep in mind through this is that what Bellafill does initially, it's if, you know, you got like a dip, it's filling it in, it's adding volume. So if you think about like, you fold the paper in half and then you uncrease it, you still see that crease, right? That's what's going on right now. So I'm hoping that as time goes on, that will be able to be fixed, whether it's with more derma pen, micro needling, or another chemical peel, whatever it may be. But just the fact that I can look in the mirror right now in this overhead lighting, which always with any type of scarring, if you have acne scarring, any type of scarring, you know overhead lighting is where it just, it's like a neon sign for scarring, because it just highlights all of those divots, all of the pock marks. So you can see here, or at least I can tell, it's much less. So that is awesome because that means it can be covered easier. I'm worrying about it way too early, and I know that. But he was the main key, apparently. I will keep you posted on how that's going, and that's all for tonight. Good morning. So it is now the next day. My hair's grown like 10 feet
By 10 feet, I mean like at least 2 inches. Okay, question. Does anyone else put pajamas on? Because I feel like I sleep in the shirt that I wore. Is that weird? Anyways, my face hurts today. It feels like, what the heck is in my hair? It feels like somebody punched me, basically, in both sides of my face. If I just, you know, relax my face, it doesn't hurt. Emotions, you know, like if I laugh, it still hurts right here. And then right here is very sensitive. I noticed when I was trying to sleep last night, this side of the face I'm okay sleeping on because I sleep on my side. This face, I had to kind of like put my hand. It kind of reminds me, you know, if you get a piercing or anything, just it's just sore. This area definitely feels raised right now. It feels pretty irritated. No other areas really feel super raised. Right here is a little bit irritated. There's also, I know there's Bellafill right there. A little bit raised, just a little bit, where my chickenpox scar, but not anything too bad. When people that are injecting things into your face tell you that it's gonna be painful, at least for me, I expect the worst. God, I can't even get over how it's like, it's not even that it's big, it's just that it's going up. It's just like slowly rising. Yeah, Who from Whoville. I can't laugh, that hurts. Not too bad. I mean, it's definitely, as I mentioned last night, not nearly as bad as when I had gotten my lip fillers and just I looked crazy. Because right now I can tell that my cheeks are swollen a little bit, but it's not anything that anybody's gonna notice but me. So I'm not mad at that. But you can already just see how smooth it is, and that's just so awesome. And as I mentioned last night, just being able to go underneath a direct from above light and be able to tell that is really cool. So I'm super happy about this. My hair is a different story though. This should be there's the thumbnail. Hey guys, okay, so this is what's today? It's Sunday night. I got it done on Wednesday. 4 days. So I just wanted to give you an update. I'm wearing makeup. This is the first time I've really put on makeup since getting it done. You see how like smooth that looks? But I still have some bruising right here and a little bit around my chickenpox scar. My good chickenpox scar, currently, you can still see it. I'm hoping it kind of goes away, but it is what it is. The way that my skin looks is so awesome. Just getting rid of that texture is super cool. The only thing right now is that I have a breakout like right around my face. I think this area that's really dry, and some up here on my nose, and I'm just the worst when it comes to my breakouts. I always pick at my skin. It's like a really terrible habit of mine. It's always this thought in my head, like this time will be different, and then of course you know it's not different. So I just wanted to kind of share my skin with makeup on because I'm just so excited about it. Yeah, you can see bruising right here. I'm just really bad about color correction, so that bruising still is there. Hello! Okay, so I apologize. This whole video has been just me looking like a hot mess, but that's me in my natural habitat. It has been about a month and a half since I got my Bellafill injections, and I wanted to do an update. I wanted to wait this long to see the difference after an extended period of time would make. So of course right now I have no makeup on, no nothing. Always having a breakout on my jawline. Also dealing with womanly things right now, which does not help my skin in the very least, but at least you can kind of get like an actual real look. So I'm by some natural lighting and you can see my skin texture. Unfortunately, my chickenpox scar has not gotten any better. It is, yeah, here's all this crap. Chickenpox scar right there. You can definitely still see it, and I feel like it has not improved much. I was really hoping and trying to like convince myself that it just needed time and that it would smooth out, but it doesn't really seem to be the case. And the other thing about it is because it's been recessed for so long, the color of my actual skin is lighter there because like it always was shadowed because it was recessed like that. Overall though, I think that with the actual acne scarring, it worked fantastically, and it got rid of all of my cheek scarring up on the kind of up here on my cheeks. Is very, very smooth. Most fillers last from 12 to 24 months. 24 months is very long. 18 months is how long the stuff I got right here will last, but 5 years is pretty much unheard of for it be FDA approved, because that's them erring on like the cautious side, which means that it can last even longer. This is especially cool because Bellafill is a filler that can be used at all different parts of your face. Generally, it is a thicker filler though, so it's going to be something if you are younger. I guess it's not necessarily something that you want to use for places like your nasal labial fold or your lips, because you're going to be able to feel it. You want something softer and more flexible. But for acne scarring in my cheeks and stuff, I had no problem with it because those are areas that it doesn't really bother me. And the doctor that I had do it is super, super good. So you can't even, there's no like raisedness, it's just nice. And the nice thing about Bellafill too is that it works to help your body reproduce collagen in those areas. Not only is it filling it up, but it's helping your body kind of repair itself. So even when the filler disappears, it's still going to be better than it was. The price on it, I believe it's $800 a syringe, which of course sounds like a lot, but I think I didn't even use a full syringe for all of my acne scarring. The other part about that is if it's going to last you for that long, it's a lot less expensive than if you were getting something else. I definitely don't regret getting this done. I'm so excited to see that acne scarring go away. I will say though, and this is something that I think is pretty common with all kinds of plastic surgery, fillers, when you're working on yourself, you start to notice other things that maybe weren't a big deal before. Like me with my little line. Or I'll look in the mirror sometimes and I'll say, oh, okay, well there's my acne, or there's my chickenpox scar, but now I notice there's another scar up here and this, and you start to notice like little things. I've definitely had to kind of be mentally proactive, so to speak, with that stuff so that I am not just kind of like snowballing. I always want it to look very natural. I don't want to try and like go crazy or anything. I just want to fix things and get to like a blank canvas essentially. So I am happy with it. I wish it worked better on my chickenpox scar, but I know that it did help, and I know that if I was to get more microneedling done and to get even like a chemical peel, something like that, to help with that, because it is more surface issues now instead of it being like recessed, that will help. So I'm gonna keep working on that because it is still something that drives me nuts. But overall, I think that it's really cool, and I think it's definitely something to check out if you have acne scarring that drives you nuts, and if you've tried doing topical exfoliations and you've tried doing microneedling, you've tried doing this stuff and it's not making a difference, you might have to go the next step, which would be Bellafill. So let me know what your thoughts are in this video, if this is something that you would be interested in, if it's something you've never heard of, because it definitely was new to me, and I'll see you next time.